So I'm back. It's been a while since I made a video, especially on this game, but I thought that it'd be pretty interesting to take a look at the upcoming chapter 6 of Fortnite and talk about the things that maybe need to be included to save the game, also maybe some things that Epic should avoid. Obviously anything I say has really no impact, I just thought it'd be a cool little discussion to have. And yes, I do want to say that even though I'm not really keeping up with Fortnite news as much now, I am aware that they are going back to the chapter 2 map in about a week from now, maybe a bit more. So I just wanted to make this video before that comes out because I do want to cover new stuff to do with chapter 2 and all the stuff that comes with that. So yes, I know this video is a bit early, but I thought it'd be interesting to take a look into the topic. So if you have any ideas around what chapter 6 could bring, let me know in the comments. And without wasting any more time, let's get into some stuff that I really think they should add in the next chapter. In this video, I'm going to be talking about things like the battle pass, medallions, weapons, the map itself, a couple of different things that overall impact how a story works. I won't be discussing the story because I really have no idea how that would unfold. They usually throw some sort of curveball mid-season that really makes no sense, but I don't know, it's usually fine. Usually, but in this video I thought that it's just better to talk about what I know. So the first thing to talk about is the map. I think that this is arguably what defines a season, aside from, you know, like broken things. For the map of this chapter, again, it's really hard to predict, so I'm not going to predict it, I'm just going to say what I think would work really well. I think that recently they've been going for this realism look, which personally I'm not the biggest fan of, but I do think they will continue with this. So I will say that I like how they're going for a sort of combination where you have this big green area in the middle, at least at the start of a chapter, and then they go in like snow and like desert areas. That's fine, but I think that these snow areas should be smaller in the next chapter. I think that there should be more locations that, I know it's pretty difficult to make like iconic locations, but I don't know, I feel like the most recent chapters haven't really had that many, whereas the first chapter, even 2 chapters, you know, we had Tilted Towers, Retail Row, like we had all these, like the agency from chapter 2, we had a bunch of these places that everyone remembers now and that we want to see come back at some point. There's nothing really like that. Like in the future, right, would you be really excited if they were bringing back like not retail, I already bloody said that, if they were bringing back, for example, fencing fields. Like I actually like fencing fields, but it's no way near the same status as something like Tilted Towers. So I don't want this map to be too busy, but I would actually like for them to do something they already did, but just to a smaller scale. I think that they need one big sort of location that everyone lands. Even though it's annoying, it is kind of fun having that. I don't think chapter 5 had that much, aside from maybe the first season with the medallions, but even then, like I feel like medallions recently just aren't as powerful, so people don't really care about that anymore. People find their own little spots to land. But I feel like it'd be cool to have one big location like the agency. Don't bring that back, but have a location in the center that everyone would want to go to get this really overpowered stuff. I think that, again, they should add more snowy stuff, more desert stuff, but I also think it'd be cool to add more water around the map and add in boats. I think that'd be a cool thing to have back. I know that they'll be doing that with chapter 2 because boats were introduced then, as far as I'm aware, but I think it'd be cool to keep those around. And any other type of movement, we'll move on to the weapons now because this is sort of under that. I'm not the biggest Marvel fan, not just in general, but like in Fortnite. I didn't play this season all that much, but I think it'd be cool to keep some type of the movement options that this chapter had overall, because there was quite a lot in each season. They seem to add in a bunch of different things like the Ninja Turtle weapons or the ways of getting around in season 2. Even in the most recent one with like the Iron Man boots and the fists and all that stuff. That's cool. I think that they should keep those, but not those exactly, add in something new. As for the weapons themselves, I think it'd be cool if they add in some new ones as they usually do at the start of each chapter, but also bring up some new ones that were from previous chapters, like even something like a gun from maybe chapter 2 or chapter 3, but then make it a little bit more modern, change it up a little bit. And now I think they're going to keep the mod benches. I'm not sure, but I think that they should. I think they're a pretty cool addition, even though I don't think I've ever used them. I'm probably sure that might help. But anyways, I think that if they kept those, then you can make changes to these classic guns from the first 2 chapters or first 3 chapters even, and make them your own, which I think would be a really cool idea and definitely something that they should keep around, at least in my opinion. As for the battle pass, this is difficult because I can't be sure about this. This is just a guess, but I feel like less people are buying the battle pass unless it's a collaboration one like the previous season was. I think that a collaboration of sorts is always needed. I have no way of guessing who that's going to be, but I think maybe 2 or maybe 1 character from another franchise would be cool to have in the pass. But then I think that they should focus on what they usually do, which is they have skins that reflect the story in some way. I think it'd be cool to make sure you do that, but also do what I think it was season 3 did, where they brought back an old skin, which was, I think it was the Bright Bomber, it might be called, I'm not entirely sure. And they brought back a skin that was very similar to that, but they revamped it and made it fit that season more. I would love to see them do that. Don't ruin older skins, but and don't make them alternate versions or anything, but add in skins that are very similar in look, but then change them up and make them new. I think that's a really cool idea, and it might get people to buy it, because I know I bought that battle pass just for that skin because I thought it looked really cool. And I didn't start playing Fortnite until it was chapter 1, but I think it was like season 7 or 6 at the earliest, 8 at the latest, and I believe that skin came out really early, so I never got the battle pass. I never got that skin, so this was the closest I could get. So I don't know why I'm waffling, but anyways, as I said at the beginning, this isn't really meant to be a prediction video, just things that I think would make the next chapter better. And as I said, let me know in the comments what you think would be helpful in making this game be a bit better received, because recently the chapter's a bit hit and miss, especially that car one. That was diabolical. Whoever thought of that, they should be fired. But overall, I think that chapter 5 it might not be the worst chapter. I think chapter 4 is probably my least favorite, but I still think that chapter 5 could have definitely been received a lot better. And now I want to quickly talk about things that I think they should drop, just stop doing, leave it in chapter 5. I know this was only for 1 season, but yeah, the cars were cataclysmic. They were awful, and there were some people, I have talked about them in a video before, people were getting mad at me. They're like, no, I love it, it's such a cool idea, you're just bad. I'm like, yeah, I am bad, but that doesn't matter, it's annoying. And I've used the cars as well, I have used them, and it's one of those things where if you do it to someone else, it's sort of funny. You're like, okay, I just got to kill in a really cheap way, it's not really rewarding, but it's cool. But when it happens to you, you want to break your TV. It is just annoying. I'm glad they dropped that, but yes, leave that there, never bring it back. I honestly wouldn't care if they dropped cars altogether and brought in maybe bikes and boats again. That would be fine. I don't think we need cars. They're not going to drop them, obviously, but I don't really think they're that essential. They can be helpful, but I don't think they're needed. And just quickly, I do think that medallions should be left in chapter 5. I have nothing against them, but I think it's something like how each chapter usually had something that just stayed with that chapter. I think that's what chapter 5 should be. It was a cool new idea, but by the end, I didn't really even bother trying to get them. So to me, there's something that can be left behind, maybe be brought back later. But that's about it for the video, everyone. Just let me know in the comments, what do you think Epic needs to do to save the game? I can't be certain, but I'm sure the player numbers are definitely lower. They tend to go up at the start of a new chapter, and then in that chapter, after a week, they just start going down. So hopefully chapter 6 will start with a big player base, especially once they bring back chapter 2 OG. But again, I have no doubt they'll start dropping off again. So let me know again in the comments what you think. What can they do, and what should they remove? What should they add in to make the game better? Consider subscribing if you want more Fortnite videos. I really hope you enjoyed, and I hope you have a great day, everyone.